Yes, hello everyone. How are you? I hope you are doing well. Now we are still proceeding with our series for our break of structure, whereby for our break of structure become as an indication for us to take an entry. For occurring setup. For instance, this was another for our break of structure on Usdchf. If you want more clarification, just measure this one from this point to this point. You see it is more than a pip. Due to that, this one become our break of what? Break of structure. But as our principal say, we have to look there in very clear way. If you come in an hour time frame, if you come in day time frame, you can see in day time frame, like you see here, we are doing series of low highs, low highs, low highs. It means that we were still printing new lows. Due to that, the break of this 1 hour make us to be more confident that this trade is going to be more bullish. Why? First, it has closed below here. It has closed below this one, below this point, below this lowest point. And as you know, day rates tell us we're going bearish. The same applies to 4 hour. It tells us we are going on bearish. What we are just waiting, after this close over here. What we are just waiting, we're just waiting the price to make high, low, then to broke, as it happened over here. Hence, make this one as a valid trade. So what next after seeing 4 hour break of structure? We just go to 1 hour break 1 hour time frame and look for 1 hour break of structure. Like you see, this was 1 hour break of structure. You want to be more clarified? You want to make it more clear? This was low, this was high, this was low, this was high. Then the price broke below. Hence, make this one as our 1 hour break of what? Break of structure. What next? You just go to 15 minutes in 15 minutes time frame. If you come to 15 minutes time frame, you just find 15 minutes new invalidation or normal invalidation point or hidden invalidation point. From here, this was low, this was high, this was low, this was high. Then the price when come here went past and making this one as our lowest point here. Why do you say lowest point? Lowest point after this break. But this lowest point, it was invited to existence of what? Of this week, which came from this highest point. Hence, this become invalid. This one become invalid. What next? We just continue to find the precise point for us. Then we continue. This was low, this was high, this was low, this was high. Then there was a broke, as you see here. This break make up to see this one as a ready break. Why? When the price came to close, there is no wick. The same applies here. It is more than a pip. More clarification, just measure it more than a pip. So what next? We call this one as our invalidation point here, this point. But same applies. When the price came, it did not come to test this point. It just ended here. Hence, making this one as our 15 minutes new invalidation point. That was not full enough. We just go lower in 3 minutes. If you come in 3 minutes, time frame, just find a precise point. If you come in 3 minutes, just below 15 minutes from this point, this was low and this was high. This was low, this was high. Then there was the bulk of structure here. If you look, this break was not clear. Why? There is a wick around here. Hence, we neglect this point. And this structure, we don't consider it. Why? The wick came and it triggered the lowest point here. Hence, become invalid block of structure. You have to know that there is valid block of structure and invalid block of structure. What next now? We just find another point. From here, this was low, this was high, this was low, then this was high. Due to that, this one becomes our what? This one becomes our point here, like you see here. Due to that, if you try to look afresh, this point was invalid due to this week. So what next? Our alloys point become this one, and hence this becomes our invalidation point. Why do I say that? If this point was invalid, it means that all this structure was not available. So what remained the structure? The main structure of this. Now, due to that, we consider this one was not available, so this was the alloys point, and this one is our invalidation point. Since this was low, like you see here, if I put in line chart, this was low, this was high, then there was the DC break. What next? Then this makes this point to be our 3 minutes invalidation point. Like I said, this point is not available due to what? When the price came to close, it closed with a wick, hence become this invalid. So what next? This from this candle over here become invalid. Okay, and why I'm not saying that this was maybe hidden, it means hidden, because this structure here also this structure was not available. This hence make this one to be independent 3 minutes invalidation point. So this was low, high, low, then when the price went past, then it closed below, then making this one as our 3 minutes invalidation point. What next? Just go and see here in our setup. Our aim was just only to risk 20 pips as usual. Our aim was just to risk only 20 pips from this point here. And here 20 pips. Okay. Now let us see what happened. And this is what happened. The price came, triggered the exact point, like you see here, like you see. Yeah. The price came and triggered here. They came place and triggered our point exactly like you see. Okay, now that is how now we could have been taking that trade of Usdchf. Thank you guys. Meet you next time. We'll be putting more update on this, on any occurring for our break of structure. Thank you. Meet you another time.